Trolls. Good morning and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane, and we're live at the Grand Champions Polo Club, Santa Rita Polo Farm today on the Buenos Aires field for continuous action in the Memorial Tournament. It's a round-robin tournament. We carried the scores over from yesterday, so this should be a lot of fun. Santa Rita, though, in the power position. So we're going to start out with Casablanca and Fly Polo. Looks like we got our mount official Gaston Dorniak on the field. Remember, these scores are carrying over, so don't be surprised. We'll explain that as you see the scores. But let's meet the players and my man, Steve Lane.
Thank you, Dale. Yeah, back once again. What an appropriate tournament to have this Memorial Day weekend in the Memorial Cup we're playing right now. And Fly Polo in the white with Rebecca Cohen, Vinny Sangaline, Sugar Erskine, and Pablo Spinacci. Playing in the black for Casablanca, Santos, and you'll hear us call him Tato Bellini. Grant Gansey, Nick Roldan playing the 3 position, and Tito Guadenzi playing back, and the ball is in play. And here we go. And Nick Roldan coming out of the bowling with it and gets that tennis serve, and that ball going down and up to Tato Bellini. Tato, this team behind by 1 goal. As Dale mentioned, this is a continuation, and right off the bat, Santos Bellini and Nick Roldan come together to square the score back up. So we've got a set of 4s on the board. Quick work right there by the team in black, Casablanca. So they will come back to center field here and line up once again on Senor Dorniak, our mounted official in the yellow.
That goal go to Santos there?
Yeah.
First goal of the game. Well done,
Santos
Tato.
not wasting any time.
Coming out strong there early. As you said, filling in for Mark Gansey, the cover today. Mark, hope you're traveling well on this Memorial Day weekend. And, of course, shout out to everybody for our Memorial Day weekend. Here we go, though. Back to the action. We got a set of 4s here in our first chukker of 9. It's going to be picked up here by Grant.
Gansey on a move right here. Nick Roldan's going to go downfield, and Sugar Erskine's going to ride him off and take the near side. Take it to the open position, and still working on that near side over here towards the near boards. Now he's left Nick behind and gives him a little room to work by himself. Going to release the ball downfield. Grant got a little piece of it and changed direction, but here comes Pablo. Pablo in there beating Guadenzi on the play. Pablo Spinacci right now, and Nick Roldan coaching from behind, and Pablo still on the ball. Grant Gansey's going to have to hustle back to play a little defense, but Pablo takes it back towards the inside. He's got 2 black jerseys back there to navigate through, and Pablo slows things down, trying to get the ball out of there, but we've got a whistle on the play.
That'll be our first whistle here. A beautiful day here in southern Florida. Had some rain come through yesterday, but a good job by the field crew to get this Buenos Aires field ready to go here at the amazing Santa Rita Polo Farm. Remember, 4 fields here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm, as we have the Buenos Aires field and the Aspen field that's right behind us, and then we have the Penn field and the Santa Rita field. That's where our track is. You can see track the backdrops as all of our cameras are in work today. We have our end zone cams, our high cam in the center, and then our drone flying today. Once again, thanks for joining us here on CTV Sports. Open goal penalty for Fly Polo. It's going to be Vinny Sangaline to do the honors.
Penalty 2 right on through for Vinny. So once again, Fly Polo's going to jump back out front by a 1-goal lead. So 5-4 in favor of Fly Polo in the white. So we will come back and continue live action with the bowl-in off the hand of Gaston Dorniak.
And Vinny, I think, scored all the goals yesterday, Steve, so pick it up where he left off, Vinny Sangaline. Remember, we have our Polo Pride also on Saturday and Sundays. You can go to WPLPride.com. Tickets still available. And Vinny, he's going to be a step up, Steve. I think he's got warmed up for that. He's going to be playing in the Pride game, and he's got, 4 goals already scored here in 2 games. We get a whistle on to play as number 3, Erskine is going to try to turn that ball to the right. Tito Guadenzi right in there. Good call. About a stride out. So that's too close for comfort. So that ball's sitting about the 80-yard line. Now, we have been doing Polo 101, 102, 103 last couple days. We're going to continue that this weekend here, Steve. As we have so many new viewers coming in, we would like to welcome all of our new viewers here to CTV Sports. And it's a lot of fun having people join us, Steve, who don't know much about the game of polo, and being able to extend the knowledge that we've learned by being a player and professional umpires ourselves has been a lot of fun to be able to continue it here on CTV Sports.
Yeah, no, and that's why we like the new viewers. We like them to understand the game and makes it more enjoyable to watch. And right now, we're going to watch Double G Grant Gansey on the 60-yard defended penalty 4. Oh, he doesn't quite get all of it, but he did hit the goal, so his teammates can make a play at it. But coming on through is Pablo Spinacci, sending that ball down the field. And Grant Gansey, since he took the penalty shot, he's able to go back and get the ball and receive the shot from Pablo. And now Grant Gansey trying to get around Pablo one more time, reaching back, unable to keep it going. And Pablo gets the ball and puts it underneath his pony where only he can get back to it, but Tato Bellini coming in there. Pablo, he drops it off, but it's picked up by Nick Roldan. Vinny back in the mix amongst things too as well. Grant Gansey waits for Pablo to clear. And now Grant with a neck shot, a deep neck shot, but it's off the back of Guadenzi. Nick Roldan on his gray pony comes in there and picks it up, and Roldan headed for goal. He'd like to even the score back up, which he does.
Yeah, Nicky, nice little play here on the broken play. And those are the plays you need to watch out for in the game of polo. Anytime there is a miss in the vicinity of the goal, and when I say vicinity, I'm talking about 100 yards in, because all these players out there do have the ability to score from at least 100 yards. Looks like we are going to get a timeout, so that'll be attack time. If you notice, Tito right there, number 4. He go through the procedure on this one. Opportunity anytime there is a issue with a pony, attack time, or they need to check a pony, evaluate a pony. Players can ask the umpire. He will evaluate them. If he needs attack time, he can fix his tack on the field, as Tito is, or he can ride down and change horses. And in this case, Tito said no problem, and so he's going to go ahead and fix his own tack on the field. Could be a number of things there. As you notice, the bridles, most of the bridles have 2 sets of reins on them, so you'll see 4 reins for those 2 sets, and all kinds of different bridles. Most ponies play with a martingale. Of course, that's the tie down underneath the horse right there.
So we'll go to a short commercial break right here, and we'll come back. Shouldn't be long.
Well, welcome back to CTV Sports. As looks like he's going to keep it going here. Sugar gets a shot on goal. That ball's going to roll just in front. And I think Tito Gaudenzi on the doorstep. Nice little play right here, but it's going to be met there by Pablo. Spinacci tries to get it in there, and then Nick Roldan gets Tato Bellini going forward, and away we go.
Bellini now and being chased by Sugar Erskine, and Bellini chooses the near side once, twice, and now back to the offside with a nice shot a little bit off to the left-hand side, and that ball is going to travel over the end line. So Fly Polo, I believe, will be taking their first knock-in of the day.
A little bad luck there on the breakaway. Tato got out in front. He already has 1 goal on the day. He scored the first goal early, and look at this. On the knock-in, it's going to be Sugar, and Erskine's going to open up the chestnut mare. Sugar right down the board right here in front of us. Now the shot on goal. He drags it in front. Sugar, he's going to get there before Nick, but a nice defense. Now can Sugar keep it on the field? And wow, what a goal. Que golazo, Sugar Erskine. Put your hands together. A Sugar with a nice little touch, Steve. What a way to finish the chucker right there.
Yeah, nice run. And, yesterday in the first two periods, Fly Polo, the time ran out with them headed towards goal, and this time able to finish it off. So, Fly Polo right there. 2 goals by each team, and stay with us. We'll be right back after this short break while the players change ponies here on CTV Sports.
All right, welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane, and we're live here for the Memorial. Continuing action from yesterday as we had our round robin, and this is our final round robin of the spring season. And we're starting out with Casablanca and Fly Polo. It was 4-3 in their match yesterday, so we started out, and they came out. Both teams scored 2 goals in the first chukker of 3. Making it 6-5. And we'll be keeping you update on all of the scores. Steve, yesterday, Santa Rita, they were the power team yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they're ahead by 11 goals total, so they're starting out strong today. But anything can happen here. Both these teams staying even here in the first chukker of this first stage of today. So each of the 3 teams will have 6 periods against the other 2 teams, and I actually like this format as Sugar Erskine waits for Tito to clear and then leaves it behind for Spinacci, and Spinacci sends it downfield, but Tato Bellini going back with an open, meaning away from his pony, offside back shot on the right-hand side of the pony. And now Sugarman just working that ball forward up to Rebecca Cohen. Rebecca with a nice hit on the ball, carrying that ball forward, and now Nick Roldan comes in there to take things and change directions of the ball with an offensive drive down the side. Grant Gansey headed downfield. Tato Bellini in the center, and Nick Roldan tries to get it to him, but Vinny Sangaline's going to come in with a near side back shot. Tito playing the number 4 defense, going to turn defense into offense. A little flip shot over to Roldan. Roldan hits a pop fly right there, just like in baseball, but lets the ball settle and comes back to hit a shot well off to the left-hand side. So Fly Polo will bring the ball back in play, and Pablo Spinacci and Sugar Erskine both doing duties, and Sugarman puts it back in play over to the right-hand side. Rebecca Cohen jumps on that imaginary line of the ball. Swing at it, and now Vinny Sangaline backing her up and hits the ball downfield just over the center line, the 150-yard line. Rebecca Cohen tops it, a little help from the pony, can't get back to it for the second time, and now Nick Roldan with a back shot right up to where Tato Bellini is, and nobody guarding him or defending him. And now A strong shot there by Tato. And Sugar takes the ball across the field over to the near boards. Grant Gansey 4 horse lengths behind, and now Sugar going to slow things down and try and get around Grant Gansey. And Sugar slowing things down. Now back over to Pablo Spinacci. Pablo turns and meets the play perfectly, hits the ball underneath his pony's neck, allows Tato Bellini to clear. He doesn't want to hit into a pony. And now down along the boards where Sugar can go and get that ball. Nick Roldan a little bit too far away. He's got Rebecca Cohen in his eyesights, but Nick Roldan coming back. That pass falling just a little bit short, but once again across the center line. Nick Roldan sees Tato Bellini, and what a nice shot. That's an 8-goal shot. Will it stay on the field where Tato can get to it? And no, that ball is out of bounds once again.
Nick Roldan getting a hold of that one, just showed you the power in number 3 for Casablanca. 3 minutes left here in our second chukker of 3. Remember, 9 chukkers today. See who takes home the trophy, the memorial. And here we go on the knock-in. Sugar going to find, well, open space, but nobody home with a white jersey. Nice back shot here. Number 3 to number 2. That's going to put Grant Gansey in the offensive mode. He'll get a piece of that one. Kind of slipped underneath his mallet, but he gets back to it. Back to the inside. Open back shot. Beautiful shot here by Sugar, but well read by Tito. Gardenzi's going to put it across the center right to Nick Roldan. Good teamwork here by Casablanca. Once, twice, 3 times by Lady, and an easy goal for Nick. Great pass by Tito.
Yeah, that team working well together, and Nick Roldan's second goal of the day. First here in chukker number 2. So the players coming back to center where we'll put the ball back in play off the hand of Gaston Dorniak. And Dale, these horses have shoes on. You know, and with some caulks, and that helps, like cleats for a baseball or a football player. Aluminum shoes, a lot of them. Polo plates. Polo plates are specially made for polo. These horses fed, trained, and bred for the sport of polo. A lot of them thoroughbreds. Maybe former race horses. Maybe some of them bred just for polo.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, remember talking about that. It used to be all, I guess, thoroughbreds off the track, a few. Breeding operations back in the day, and I'm talking 30 years ago, of course. But now, Steve, hundreds of babies dropped every year, all around the world, and all specifically to play polo.
Yes, yep, absolutely. So once again, Grant Gansey on a roll right here, and we've got horses coming in front, getting ready for their next period of play. And right now, Tito Guadenzi and a buried ball, so we'll have a whistle right there with Sugar playing the ball on the near side. Tito coming on through.
Well, that's one thing we haven't really talked about here.
57 seconds
in our
left
Polo
on the
101
clock.
for the weekend, Steve, is the buried ball.
Yeah, and that's just a bowl in. Of course, they like to get that ball off the field so a horse doesn't step on it, hurting a hoof or a foot of one of the horses. So umpire Dorniak puts the ball back in play. The clock was stopped because of the whistle was blown with the buried ball. So now Sugar Erskine takes it over to the far side, and Tato Bellini going to stay right there with him. And Sugar slows it down, puts it into the pony of Tato. Tato's got to give him a play. And now Sugar fires one along the ground, and Rebecca Cohen able to get back over to it. Nick Roldan, he's going to be the first on the play. Nick Roldan turning things back around and now headed for the south end, getting ready for that 30-second warning horn, 30-second overtime portion of the period. And now there is Pablo with a shot towards goal. Ken Vinny. Vinny's hooked out of there by Grant Gansey. Here comes Sugar in there, but Nick Roldan with an open back shot right to Grant Gansey. And Grant Gansey anticipating that back shot very well, playing a lot with Nick Roldan and Tito. Tito on a fly. He leaves the bouncing ball with Grant Gansey coming through, and what a shot right there by Gansey. And play will stop where that ball was when the horn was blown.
Wow, that's an awesome shot right there by Double G. I think that ball actually made it, but it's after the whistle. And what a shot.
That's the buzzer beater play
we've
right there.
We've talked about that.
Know.
Yeah, we've talked about it with our tournament committee. There is a rule that's put out there. We'll talk a little more about that when we come back. But what a finish right there. But the chukker will end where the ball was in the air when the second horn rang there. We had the whistle on the play. So we got a set of sixes. And we'll be back for our third and final chucker, Casablanca and Fly Polo for the Memorial.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Steve Lane, and we are ready to go here for the third and final chucker of the first stage here of the 2023 Memorial. And they will play out this 30 seconds no matter what, since this is the final chucker of the game.
Very competitive first three chuckers here. And I think it's going to be like that all day long. So thanks again for joining us here. And this is what it's all about, tied up here. And we'll see which team can get the edge as Grant Gansey firing one at the end of that second chucker, Steve, and making it through the goal, but after the horn. So they do it with the bowling. And look at this. Double G's going to get it going. He's got Tito.
Tito out front and nobody around him. Just a walk in the park right here as Guadenzi carrying the ball towards goal. Oh, bad luck. Not only did Fly Polo dodge a bullet, I think they dodged a Gatling gun on that play.
Yeah, no, that's good defense into offense. They're just bad luck on the finish. Remember, stay with us as we will have our first round stats. Do a little breakdown of the first three chuckers for you, and then we'll throw it to the first round stats as we prepare for our second round, where it'll be we'll have our third team playing Santa Rita against one of the teams you're watching right now. Nick Rodan's going to get a piece of it. Loose ball play. Nobody there. Grant says, all right, Nicky, you got it. Vinny's got no play, and here comes Casablanca.
Rolled in on the move right now and fires a line drive downfield where Tato Bellini is out front. Pablo Spinacci has to go to the spur to get back and put some pressure on Tato. Tato wisely backs that ball over for a teammate, but no teammates there as Spinacci turns the ball back around, trying to get by Tito Guadenzi. Spinacci, these guys are flying up and down the field. Only 2 fouls so far in this game, so players playing hard today. The winner sits down after these first 3 periods of play of our 9 today and right now, and we don't know who that's going to be, and Grant Gansey hits the ball downfield. Nick Roldan going back as well as Spinacci. Spinacci taking the ball on the near side, trying to buy a little time, allowing his team to regroup. Some communication going on there. Sugar right there saying, hey, I'm in the center. Where do you want me to go? I'll go up front, hit the ball along the boards. I'm right here. Spinacci gets a piece of it, but not all of it. So Nick Roldan is going to be able to turn that ball back around and send it back towards goal where Grant Gansey anticipated that play. Gansey on the near side allows the ball to pass with a near side shot. Just a little bit off to the right-hand side and out of bounds one more time.
Yeah, Casablanca peppering the south goal here in our third chucker, having opportunities. And this will be the third knock-in. It's going to be some interesting stats here, Steve. I think Casablanca here in his first 3 chuckers definitely had more offense. But the score is what it is, and it's tied up. So you need to make the goals. It's not how many shots you get. It's how many you put between that 24 feet, 8 yards, post to post. And look at this. What a shot by Nick Roldan. That might go on its own. Right in front of goal. Backed up cleanly by Sugar. Nobody home, though, is Grant Gansey now. Powell's going to have to come in there, make a play. He does. He gets back. Sugar's going to get in there. And Bellini comes, and I get a whistle on the play.
Yeah, Sugar grabbed that line in the right of way, and Bellini just not crossing over in time. And, you know, for our new viewers, it's like driving in England. are the UK, and both cars, and of course we drive on the right side of the road, and UK says they drive on the correct side of the road, and that's why there's no left-handed players. If we had a car from UK and a car from United States and they were traveling in opposite directions, they would collide head-on, and therefore everybody has to carry them out in the right hand.
You got it. You got it. Yep, and that was a right-of-way violation over there. You can see the sugar was on the imaginary line, as Steve was talking about it earlier. Every time the ball is hit, it creates a new line that is imaginary, and you need to remember where that line started and where it ends. And if the ball is a stop, it is the old line. That can be a little tough for some of the players, but that line is everything out there, and you need to make sure you do not impede another player who's following the imaginary line down the field, and that's why they can play this game, Steve, at 36, 35, 36 miles an hour, running around on beautiful thoroughbred horses, and cover as much ground as possible on the four-legged athlete. And you get a little rub and race, as you say in NASCAR, a little sharing paint, or whatever they say. What do you say, trading paint?
Trading paint.
Trading paint.
Yep, swapping paint.
Swapping paint. You're allowed to do that in the game of polo. Is Nick Rodan going to go ahead and get the give and go here, and a nice give and go by Casablanca, and they're going to get one now in the south goal. That's going to put them up by a goal as we click down here. It's 7-6. So finally here, Casa, on their fourth attempt down in the goal mouth. I knew they were going to get one sooner or later, as they have been on fire down there. But now every time Casablanca seems to get a lead, this Fly Polo jumps in there, and Tato Bellini says, "Shut up, Dale Schwetz, I'm going by myself," into the corner. Tato Bellini's going to get down there by himself. He's going to have a lot of time to shut this one down. He under the neck with it. Well done, Tato. He's going to keep it on. Oh, he goes to the near side there. It's Vinny with a good read. Now Sangaline. He'll override. Double G in the rumble seat. Picks up the loose ball play. Inside the red zone here. Cleaned out by Sugar.
Erskine on the far side, and he's got Nick Roldan headed downfield. Erskine would like to put one more on the board and tie things up. And remember, the winner of these three sits down, and Santa Rita will come out on the field. And should the score be tied, then they will flip a coin to see who sits down. And I believe that this is the first time that Casablanca and these six chuckers of play have had the lead, and Nick Roldan headed for that north goal. There's our 30-second horn, and that might be the nail in the coffin as Roldan headed all alone out front, hits the ball out of the air. Can he get to it? No, but they will play out this 30 seconds, but it looks like players are going to shake hands, call it a day. And, Dale, do we have some stats coming up for our viewers?
You got there, Steve. So a good start there by Casablanca. And the field hold up very good here. Very open style running Polo early. Remember, 9 chuckers on our round robin, so thanks for joining us here on CTV Sports today. Right here, this breakdown is pretty simple. Casablanca just came out, and Tato Bellini, Santos, playing the number 1, pulling the team, and they're using them. And they put it out in front. Great defense by Tito Gardenzi. And then you have the rotation by Nick and Double G, Grant Ganzi, the ambassador of Casablanca. They're going to win the first leg here, so they're going to go ahead and sit down, as Steve said. Fly Polo will continue. And so we're going to wait for Santa Rita to get open. And while we're doing that, enjoy our first round stats. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz with Steve Lane, and we're preparing for our second round of our 9-chucker round robin. Congratulations, Casablanca, winning the first round by a goal over Fly Polo. So, Fly Polo in the white jerseys. And let's go ahead and meet the Santa Rita team. Melissa Ganzi playing the number 1. Melly with 5 goals yesterday. She had 2 goals in the first round and 3 in their second. Riley Ganzi, she'll play the 2. She had 4 goals. 1 in the first round, 3 in the second. Fred Mannix, he played number 3. He had 2. He had 1 in the first round, 1 in the second. And then Alejandro Navija Estrada. And he just plays Secretary of Defense. And I think they might be switching that up today, Steve, for the...
I believe they're still the same.
All right.
No, but
I see Freddie out there. And there's Mel. Yeah, there you go. So Alejandro will be playing number 4. Does a great job at the number 4 position. The secret sauce, as we called him. This World Polo League 2023. He was on fire all season. Played great number 4. So a little warm up here by the teams, and then we'll get this second round underway. Once again, thanks for joining us here. CTV. Remember to tell a friend about the app. We want to thank and welcome all of our new viewers. A lot of our viewers getting ready for the foot golf, Steve Lane.
Yeah, foot golf going on in Orlando, Florida. What a place to
go. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of people up there, and you can catch that on CTV Sports, too.
You got it. Tell a friend about that. I'm ready to play. I want to go play.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we just got to have some cleats. We've got soccer balls, and we've just got to have some cleats and shorts and that kind of stuff. But anyhow, cleats are expensive these days, you know, and, of course, you only need one. On the right foot for me, I don't know.
Hey, I had a question for you. So we're talking about baseball. We're talking about fans. Remember, when you're in polo, the ball will leave the field sometimes, so always keep your head on a swivel when you're at a polo game. And we always, recommend it's hard to see a ball through the bottom of a glass, so be careful when you're picnicking or at a game. And but we're talking about I was watching some baseball the other day, and I know, well, in polo, if the ball was to go out of bounds in the air, and a player was to knock it back in, is the ball out of bounds?
Good question. Let me tell you what. When the U.S. Open was at the Royal Palm Polo Club, we had a play like that. Mike Azzaro's horse was outside the boards, and a back shot came and hit Mike's horse and then went back on the field, and I blew the whistle. So then I asked our Rules Committee Chairman, George Alexander, at the time, was that the correct call, and he said yes. It's just like the goal. If the ball breaks the plane, it's out of bounds.
Okay, so I got another question. If in baseball, American baseball, ball gets hit over the fence and a fan knocks it back into the arena, is it a home run or no?
Home run.
Home run.
Sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So it doesn't have to hit the ground or hit a fan or hit somebody.
Just has to break that plane.
So there you go. So at a polo game, always keep the ball. Don't throw it back in. It won't make any sense. And, of course, that's why we have to change the possession. Looks like Gaston Dorniak in the black and yellow today. And here you go. So Santa Rita in the pink. Fly Polo in the white. And this first pickup is going to be Melissa, and she's been pulling the team. There's Melly.
Gansey headed for the south end of the field and starting off with a score of 4-1. Remember, a continuation from yesterday. So Fly Polo has a little bit of work cut out for him as Sugar Erskine takes the ball over to the far side. Given up by Alejandro Novicio Estrada with a strong back shot where 3 pink shirts are down the field, and Riley Gansey with a strong shot towards goal. Riley still on it, and a goal. First goal here of the second stage. And Riley Gansey is going to complete that play off the back shot of Alejandro Novicio Estrada. So Santa Rita extending their lead by 5-1. So Fly Polo will get things going here. And Santa Rita with a comfortable lead, but don't forget they've got to face Casablanca in the third stage here of this 9-chucker round robin. And right now, Pablo Sfinacci looking around, seeing where to put the ball, or one of his teammates can get on it. He puts it back out for Vinny Sangaline. Riley Gansey rides over it. Vinny comes out with a near side shot, and Freddie Mannix is going to come back with him. Vinny with a shot off to the right-hand side. He's able to get back to it on that bay pony, and Vinny is going to take the man out and leave it for Sugar. So good communication. Now Vinny turns it back towards center. Vinny trying to get on around. Sugar has to clear out of his way, allow his teammate. Now a little back shot back over to Sugar. Intercepted there by Rebecca Cohen. Rebecca Cohen turns the ball nicely towards the outside. And now with the next shot still on the ball. And now she's got a shot towards goal and a shot underneath the pony's neck, but picked up there by Freddie Mannix. Freddie Mannix with a near side back shot. And now Alejandro. Alejandro on that Appaloosa pony sends a shot down towards the left-hand side of the field where Melissa Gansey gets back on it. Melissa with one shot. Coming back to it, checking things down, trying to take it in behind the opponent so he doesn't have a play, but that ball hit a little bit too far. Can't get to it. Melissa still on it with a nice shot downfield. Melissa still headed for that south goal. Santa Rita scoring in the north goal, scoring earlier in the south goal by Riley Gansey, but Melissa Gansey still there. Oh, a shot a little bit off to the left-hand side. Bad luck right there. So Santa Rita unable to convert that field of play, and now brought back in once again by Spinacci. Sugar with a shot up to Rebecca Cohen. Rebecca right out front. Riley Gansey staying there with him, but Vinny Sangaline backs up Rebecca and hits a shot along the ground. Vinny drops that pony's head and lets it stretch on out. Vinny going ahead of Riley Gansey. Vinny doing a great job of carrying the ball towards that south goal. Vinny, just a little dribble, a little putt, and Vinny Sangaline is going to finish the run and finish the play. Fly Polo getting 2 goals on the board.
Yeah, Vinny, goal-scoring machine. Sangaline, 4 goals yesterday, Vinny. He had 1 goal in the first round, 3 in the second round. Now, Vinny, with Rebecca right there, Riley have to cover 2 players. And so a tough job there for her. But well done here as Vinny just kind of scoots by everybody and has been very strong running the goal here, Steve. Looks very comfortable. Nice even swing. Nice finish.
Yeah, he didn't hurry there. He took his time and had a good swing and just put the ball where he could get back to it on his next shot. And, oh, bad luck right there. We're just talking about him. I hope we didn't jinx him on that play. But a shot right there by Freddie Mannix over to Alejandro Novizio Estrada. And there comes Sugar Erskine is coming with him, and Alejandro just keeping control of that ball, looking over his shoulder to see who's behind him, and no pink shirts behind him, but Pablo Spinacci is there. So now Alejandro having to do a little work to get around Sugar over there in the far corner, and he releases a neck shot, and Riley Gansey smartly goes over towards the center of the field where she can get the ball, but unable to keep it controlled, and Sugar back out front with a shot down the field and another shot, and that's Pablo Spinacci. They're easy to get mixed up right up to Vinny, and here comes Cousin Vinny. Cousin Vinny on the move right here with a nice shot. Freddie Mannix is going to have to go to the spur and catch him, and Vinny is going to stay just out front. Vinny off to the left-hand side, so bad luck right there for Fly Polo.
Yeah, good run. He gets out in front. I like thought process by Mannix. Kind of pushed him there, Steve. Made him go a little faster. And, you hear those footsteps. So off to the left side there. And now even better, the time's going to run out. And so Freddie, with a good defensive play on Vinny, but they're also going to get possession of the next ball. So we're going to go to a little commercial break. We'll get everybody on some fresh four-legged athletes. And we'll be right back here for our second chukker of our second round. We're live on CTV Sports. Welcome back to CTV Sports. I want to welcome everybody here to the Grand Champion Polo Club and the Santa Rita Polo Farm. If you are here at the game, keep your eye on the ball and the pony. Remember the safety zone here in front of us. If you have any young children or pets with you today, just got to keep them close. As Steve and I were talking about, remember the players are allowed to jump those boards out there and make a play on the ball on the field, as long as the ball is still on the field. And the ball must be 100% out. And we've seen a few balls, Steve, hit the boards that line the field and actually roll down the boards and then fall back under the field. So that's a live ball.
Yes, that is a live ball. It didn't completely break the plane, just like a ball on the goal line. In fact, maybe some of our viewers watching polo for the first time, if the ball is on the goal line, it is still considered in play. It is not considered a goal. Like in football, if the nose of the football just touches the goal line, then they call it a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. Big difference there. Good analogy, though. That's and all it has to do is break the plane where just the edge of it, but in our sport, the whole ball has to cross the line.
Yeah, and that goes for a goal or going out of bounds wide of the goal or even on the sideline, as you mentioned. So waiting on one more player, and Santa Rita, the team in pink, will put the ball back in play off the back line. And Fly Polo just missing a goal right there towards the end of the period, and the horn sounding. And in the period, so we're in chukker number 5 here between these two teams. Chukker number 2 in the second stage here of the round robin, where Riley Gansey is going to receive the pass from Alejandro Novicio Estrada. And Riley on that bay pony. Now with Sugar Erskine coming in there to put a little pressure on her. And, of course, we say here in footsteps, that's what they say in football for wide receivers and quarterbacks when they're trying to get free. But Riley Gansey doing a good job. Sugar's footsteps not bothering her right now at this moment. And a good approach shot right out front, and Riley Gansey is going to finish the play, and Santa Rita, the team in pink, has just gone coast to coast from one end line to the other.
Yeah, coast to coast like butter on toast, and Riley getting her second goal of the day and sixth goal of the tournament. So, little rotation switch here. Looks like Melly dropping in behind. Riley's going forward. You will see that rotation. It is part of the game. It is a chess game out there, a chess game at 35 miles an hour, as we always like to say, and always changing as they come together here on the bowling. Rebecca tries to get out front. Melly still with control. Gets it up to Riley, goes a little sword fight. She's going to win that one. Gansey now looking to go forward with this one. He's got Fred out in front. Riley, nice give and go right here by Gansey to Mannix. Now the near side neck shot from a good 60 yards out. Oh, Freddie just off to the right, Steve, but a nice 1-2 combination there, Gansey to Mannix.
Well, that shows you the confidence that Fred Mannix has in a pass from Riley Gansey. And we saw that last weekend with Nick Roldan doing the same thing. And now, Vinny Sangalang brings the ball in off the back line, which we don't see too often, but glad to see they are rotating around. And now Rebecca Cohen receives a pass from Sugar Erskine, but overrides, and Riley Gansey turning it back towards the outside of the polo field, and Gansey still on it right now. Unable to keep it going, but backed up once again by Freddie Mannix, back up to Riley Gansey. Melissa out in the center of the field looking for a pass as well, but Riley is going to continue on her own. Riley being ridden hard by an opponent on the far side, and Riley once again out front, taps it on through, so her second goal back-to-back at the south end, now the north end, her third goal here of the second stage, and Santa Rita is jumping out front.
Yeah, very smooth run here by Riley Gansey. I like the stroke. Nice and easy. The ball, you see how hard the far that ball goes with that nice, easy stroke. Great approach, super finish.
Just got to hit it in the sweet spot, where the shaft
timing is everything.
Where the shaft of the mallet comes into the mallet head. And I think he talked yesterday about these mallets being anywhere from 48 to 54 inches long, but the grips can be customized.
Right on.
As well as the weight of the mallet head. and the whole mallet as a whole. So
you got it. Looking for that balance. And look now, Melissa's going to get out in front. Melly gets 2 out of the bowl in. Nice approach back to the left side. That ball's going to land just outside the 60. Now inside the 40. Going to have to go to the next shot here if that ball stays on the field. I think it is, yeah. So Melly's going to get one more tap, and that's an easy one, Melly. And she'll pick one up out of the bowl and keep the energy alive here for Santa Rita. And look at this, continuing where they left off yesterday.
yeah, that's Santa Rita's 4th goal here of the second stage, 3rd goal here of the 5th period between these two teams. So Santa Rita have everything going their way, hitting on all 4 cylinders. And now Gaston Dorniak will line them up in the center of the field. Each team to be on the side of the line that they are defending. So they do have to do a crossover once the bowl-in occurs. And right here is going to be Pablo Spinacci, unable to keep it going. But Fred Mannix with a little back shot right over to Riley Gansey. Riley Gansey gets that ball, and Sugar has no play. Pablo Spinacci now goes back for a back shot. Doesn't quite get all of it, and Sugar Erskine and Riley Gansey are going to meet. And that's why you must carry the mallet in your right hand, and there's another example of that as well. And now Sugar puts it up for Rebecca Cohen. Rebecca on that handy bay pony from the Polo School, and now another pass up to Rebecca by Sugar. Rebecca tops it just a little bit, but Sugar says, hey, stay up front, and I'll send you another one. So there's Sugar right out front for Rebecca. Can she finish it off? Rebecca, yes, going to put it right on through, and that is going to end Chucker number 2 with a score of 8-3. We've got one more Chucker to go here in stage 2. Stay with us live right here on CTV Sports.
All right, here we go for our 6th chucker of the day, our 3rd chucker of our 2nd round, remember, and we'll have our 2nd round stats for you. And a great goal there by Rebecca. And, Steve, I got to say it, you know, one of our Polo School graduates. I'm so thrilled to see her go from the Polo School to playing in our spring season. It's been a lot of fun.
She's been very, very consistent about playing here, and glad to have her out there, too. It shows what the Polo School can do. Here playing in 12-goal polo. So, yep, moving on up.
She played some 14-16 goal.
Yeah.
A week ago, right?
Yes, she did.
And some of those games are like 20-goal games. They're wide open running. Has the opportunity to play with mi hermano Pablo Spinacci. I love you, Pablo. Sugar Erskine and Vinny Sangaline. Always good to see Vinny. And the Sangaline family, of course. Vinny, Well done, my man. Good to see you. Welcome back. Good luck in the Pride, Polo Pride this week. But the Gansey girls have been very, very strong around the goal, Steve. High percentage shooting.
Yes, that's for sure. And 4 goals and 2 chuckers, 3 by Riley Gansey, 1 by Melissa. And once again, umpire Dorniak gives the players back the ball. Melissa Gansey coming out of the bowl in with it. And Rebecca with a little back shot right there, but Melissa able to pick it back up. And now Melissa on a drive towards the south end, and Rebecca Cohen's going to come in and do an offside shot, but not enough to spoil Melissa's play. And now Pablo Spinacci with a little flip shot, but it's going to be picked up with a nice neck shot by Riley Gansey. Freddie Mannix going to receive that pass from Riley with a long-distance shot, and that ball just wide to the right-hand side. So a nice attempt right there by Santa Rita. 3 of them working well together.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball again so clean. I talked about that yesterday. Fred has that type of swing, but he has been connecting very, very clean hits. On the far side, picked up here by Rebecca once, twice, now Vinny. Sangaline's going to work it going forward. He's got Rebecca on the move. Nice pickup to Rebecca, back to the center. She'll override, but Vinny switches to the near side, the left side of the pony. He'll stay on the near side, keeping it going forward. Gansey on defense, loose ball play, opened up nicely by Mannix, and he's got Riley going forward. Gansey now. She has room to work here. Alejandro says, take it with you. Riley, I have the back door. Nice pickup on the Bay Pony, and there's Alejandro. He's got Melly out in front. True breakaway.
Melissa Gansey now jumps on that line, that imaginary line we've been talking about, and followed up by Riley. Melly right now with an offside shot, and she can take that ball to goal. I imagine she might shoot from there. That was about a 60-yard shot, a nice approach shot. And Melly on it right now and puts it on through, and that straight, sweet swing we've been talking about all year long comes into play right now. Jumping ahead by 6 goals over Fly Polo, a score of 9-3 in favor of Pink.
Yeah, goal number 7 for Melissa on the tournament. Second one for today here in our final for our round robin. But as I said, that is a lot of goals in 2 days. So keeping the pretty much the same game plan. They got the girls out in front using the big shot as Alejandro or Fred locks down the back door, and then you just get the rotation. And then it's been coming to who has the highest percentage of shooting, and Santa Rita has been on fire around the goal mouth.
So now a little shot by Pablo Spinacci over to Rebecca, but she's unable to get to it. Now Spinacci wants to go the other direction, so puts a tail shot over for Vinny Sangaline. Vinny with a little dribble shot and still in possession of the ball, and a nice shot looking for Sugar. Sugar can't quite get to it, but Freddie Mannix can with an offside tail shot. And now Alejandro Novizio Estrada sees Melissa Gansey in his crosshairs, and he sends a shot right down to her. Riley Gansey's going to take out Pablo Spinacci. No, she's going to go for the ball. Millie says, go ahead. Riley just staying ahead of Pablo Spinacci right now, off to the left-hand side, and she gets a piece of it. Bad luck there. Sugar looking over his shoulder, knows he's got Pablo in front. And Sugar with a shot downfield for Rebecca Cohen. Rebecca can't quite get back to it, but Vinny does. Vinny keeps it along the ground with a drive, and moving forward is Rebecca Cohen with a nice shot downfield, unable to get back to it the second time. Vinny is going to override. Freddie Mannix picks it up on the near side of his pony, which is the left-hand side, with a tail shot back over to Alejandro. Alejandro, he knows he would get hooked if he took a full swing. Oh, the pony's going to kick it forward for him right now. Working on the near side, Alejandro trying to stay just ahead of Sugar Erskine, unable to connect on that near side play with Sugar riding him off on his offside. And now Pablo Spinacci going to send a shot downfield too. Vinny Sangaline, and Vinny with a shot towards center. He's headed in the right direction towards those 2 goalposts. Rebecca Cohen coming in to back him up. Look at Rebecca ride hard. Vinny taking the ball towards goal and is going to complete the play and the drive. So Fly Polo with their 4th goal on the board.
Vinny? Vinny. Go. Vinny keeping it going again. As I was talking about Vinny, he had 4 yesterday, 2 today, so 6 on the tournament. Well done, Vinny Sangaline. And but 5-goal lead here, 9-4. They're going to keep rock and rolling. Here comes your 30-second horn.
All right. They'll play these 30 seconds out. No, they're going to call it a day. So we'll send Fly Polo. They have completed their 6 chukkers of play here in the 2023 Memorial Cup Tournament. So Santa Rita, the team in pink, will go up against Casablanca, who sat down and will be up. And, Dale, you've got some words for us.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. This was, again, another easy breakdown for you. Put the girls out in front, hit them the ball, let them run with it, and they just did a fabulous job on scoring goals. High percentage shooting by the team Santa Rita. So I'd like to thank the Fly Polo team for joining us here for the Memorial Tournament. Of course, Rebecca Cohen, one of our Polo School graduates. If you'd like to learn how to play the game of polo, you go to gcpolo.com. You'll see our general manager, Cale Newman. His number's there. You can go ahead and get in touch with Cale, or the director of operations, Juan Bellini. The school now is closed for the winter and our spring, and we go headed to Aspen, Colorado for the summer. So as we get ready for our 3rd round, check out our 2nd round stats. Welcome back. I'm Dale Schwetz.
I'm Steve Lane.
And we're live here at the Grand Canyon Polo Club, Santa Rita Polo Farm, for our final 3 chukkers of the Memorial. And, wow, this should be a fun finish here. Casa won their first leg right today, and Santa Rita won their first leg. And how are we starting out here now, Steve? What was our scores on the continuation from yesterday?
7-3 in favor of Santa Rita. So Casablanca starting 4 goals behind. They've got a hole to dig themselves out of in order to have a chance of winning the Memorial. And, you know, Grand Champions keeping its reputation going with some beautiful trophies. Knives over here, Argentine-style looking knives. And, wow. Sure wish I was playing today. I'd love to have one of those, but we'll see who ends up with. And they're all beautiful. Looks like a knife for each player, so probably the winners will get their choice. So a 4-goal advantage for the team in pink. Santa Rita coming out here. And they've got the momentum going after those last 3 periods of play. So Santa Rita over Fly Polo. So for Casablanca, and let's remember them. Santos Bellini playing number 1, Grant Gansey playing 2, Nick Roldan playing 3, and Tito Guadenzi playing the back defensive position. And Melissa Gansey gets the ball out of the bowl in with a pass up to Freddie Mannix. And Freddie Mannix out front. Tito, he has to go to the spur just a little bit, but Freddie says, hey, I'm going to let you go for it. I'll play you for a miss. And that might have been a mistake as Tito puts a nice back shot open over to Nick Roldan. Nick Roldan has Tato Bellini headed downfield, and Alejandro, that's going to force him to do the same thing. Tato staying just out of the reach of Alejandro for the hook, and Alejandro going to take it forward on that bouncing ball and let things settle down. And Alejandro turning it back towards the inside, and he's going to flip a shot back over to the outside for Riley Gansey, and Riley Gansey on it, tops it just a little bit, but able to get back to it. Riley still on the move here. Tito has to give way. And now Riley being chased by Nick Roldan. Riley still on the ball. Oh, unable to connect on that shot, and Tito does, though. And then near side to take it forward, a back shot into Freddie Mannix's horse, and Mannix keeps it going. A little help from his pony there on the near side. Tito coming with him. Now Freddie turns it back towards the outside and trying to get around. Tito reaches under his pony's neck, but unable to deflect that ball to break up the play of Mannix. Mannix shooting from way out and just wide to the right-hand side.
Yeah, good shoot. I would be thinking the same thing right there, Steve, with a 4-goal lead going in. And the team looking very similar how they looked yesterday, coming right out of the tent, ready to go. So Freddie driving the ball deep and keeping the, as we say, the big numbers of Casablanca in their face, looking at the back numbers on their backs. But you always got to watch out for the guy like this right here, Nick Roldan, because he can score from anywhere. Nick opening this one up downfield. Freddie by himself, but he's going to win the ride-off here with Tito and back that one a good 80, but in line is going to be Roldan. Nick now going for the goal here. That ball is going to go on its own, but it looks like it might stay on the field. Tail shot coming, and it's going to be Alejandro.
Estrada right now trying to get around Tato Bellini, which he does. A little bit of luck there, and Estrada sends it back over towards the center for Riley Gansey. Riley Gansey and Nick Roldan going to come together. Nick Roldan's going to win the play and take it to the far side, unable to keep the control going. Riley Gansey on that handy little pony stops that pony and back to the ball. And Alejandro is going to back her up, trying to get by Tato Bellini. Alejandro, 7 goals on the move right now. Alejandro staying with it, unable to keep it going all the way. Nick Roldan is going to fake a back shot, come on around. Alejandro is going to steal the play, but a deflection gives Nick Roldan back the ball. And now Roldan trying to get around Riley Gansey. Riley has to give way and clear that right away. And Nick fires a shot downfield where Tito Guadenzi is, and they have swapped around just a little bit. Tito playing up front in the offensive position. And now Alejandro, Tato come together. Alejandro still with the ball. Now Alejandro up against the boards, got 2 dark jerseys right around him, and Grant Gansey is going to give him the right away. Gansey coming in for a ride-off. Now goes for the ball. But that ball just a little bit too much of an angle. That allows Alejandro to get back to it. Gansey still in there, putting pressure on him. And now Alejandro is going to override, and Nick Roldan's going to pick up the loose ball. Roldan right now, he's all alone, but he is going to send a shot downfield along the ground where Tito and Tato Bellini are, and Tato checks down, brings it back towards the inside. Look at Riley. She comes in there for a ride-off. Completely legal play in Polo as long as the angle is not too much and the speeds are relatively the same. And Tato leaves it for Roldan. Roldan surveys the field, sends a shot towards the goal off to the left-hand side. So a knock-in coming by Santa Rita to put the ball back in play.
Yeah, and the clock goes tick, tick, tick as they're going to keep it going here, moving the ball. Santa Rita, that's what they want to do here in this 3-charge. Keep moving the ball, use everybody. Get Casablanca to work hard. And no goals being scored here right from the start, but the advantage has been back and forth. Casablanca getting into it right here. Oh, he's on the outside. Good night call here. Ohio's going to get out in front. As a good move. Granty's going to send this one down. Good read here by Freddie. Into the center he goes with it. Here's your 30-second warning horn as Tito will control with, looks like Nick in the rumble seat. Tito taking it forward, looking for Double G. He's got him. You might have trouble here as Tato Bellini's going to stay out in front of Alejandro. Santos shuts it down. Look, oh, what a steal here by Estrada to save the day for Santa Rita. Here comes your second warning horn. Alejandro's going to gather a few more yards, but that will end our first chucker of our final round. So we'll send everybody off for some fresh ponies, and we'll be right back for our second chucker of our final round. Santa Rita Casablanca. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
Welcome back to CTV Sports with Steve Lane and Dale Schwetz at the Santa Rita Polo Farm for our 8th chucker here in the final stage of the Memorial Cup. And Melissa Gansey brings that ball out of the bowl in. Nick Roldan looking over his shoulder, looking for some help, but Melissa continues to drive that ball forward. Gansey on that black pony right now, hitting good shots down the field, coming once again, and a shot where only she can get back to it. Melissa Gansey taking it all the way down the field, out of the bowl in, right out front of the goal. Is she going to tap? Is she going to hit? She's going to hit, and she is going to score. So Melissa Gansey getting the first goal here in the 8th chucker. Nobody scoring in that last period of play, so these teams in their second chucker during this final stage and 5th chucker between the 2 days. So Gaston Dorniak brings the players back towards the center of the field, and Melissa Gansey scoring. And now the team in pink, Santa Rita, will head towards the south end. Teams change directions of play after every goal is scored, so neither team will have wind, field, or sun advantage. And Nick Roldan breaks out of the bowl in with the ball, but unable to keep the drive alive, and Freddie Mannix picks up the loose ball trying to get around Grant Gansey. Now Roldan follows up that pair of players. Roldan headed back towards the goal. Alejandro Novillo Estrada. He goes to the spur to try and catch Nick. Nick out of the air on the bounce. Nick with a little flip shot towards the goal, just wide to the left-hand side of that left post. So these players going hard at it here with only 2 more periods to play, this being the second to the last. And now Alejandro bringing the ball in off the back line. Tato Bellini staying back there with him. That forces Alejandro to hit a shot downfield. Tito Guadenzi going back with Freddie Mannix. Grant Gansey in the mix as well. Freddie Mannix working the ball on the near side. Riley Gansey going to fall in behind, and no, Tito Guadenzi all alone going to pick up the loose ball. Nick Roldan turns and heads downfield. Tato Bellini well downfield as well. Just a little shuttle pass out to Roldan. Roldan sees Tato out front and sends a shot downfield about 130 yards. Tato Bellini letting his horse fly. He's going to one-time shoot towards goal, and a successful shot that is, with Santos Bellini scoring the first goal for Casablanca here in this final stage of Polo here in the Memorial Cup. So still a score of 8-4 in favor of Team in Pink, Santa Rita. So Casablanca getting a little momentum, getting a little drive going. Here, Gaston Dorniak puts the ball back on the ground, and Nick Roldan coming out of it. He's got quick work to do. Roldan and Freddie Mannix coming back together. Mannix going to check down to see what Roldan does. Roldan checks down, going to bring the ball back towards the inside where Mannix has no play. Going to do another circle. Mannix comes in and breaks things up, but Tito right there lending a helping hand with a beautiful tail shot right over to Roldan, and Roldan's going to shoot for goal, and that ball wide once again to the left-hand side. So Santa Rita still staying out front with a 4-goal lead. Alejandro waiting on the umpire to call play, which he does. Alejandro bringing the ball back in off the back line. Tato Bellini staying back there with him, and Alejandro is going to put the ball right down the center of the field to Riley Gansey. Riley Gansey, that ball took a bounce right at the last second of her swing, and Roldan sends a shot back up to Tato Bellini, but it's on the wrong side. Alejandro can't get to it, but Tato can. Tato Bellini with a nice cut shot right towards goal, and that finishes that play off. Santos Bellini, his second goal of the period. Right now, only 3 goals scored this period. The first one by Melissa Gansey, and Santos scoring 2 goals.
Santos, well done. Raising the level and getting it in shooting this position here. 8-5. Remember, chucker and a half left here, so Casa still with the opportunity. They need to keep the energy up, though. Loose ball play, and Alejandro thinking defensive. Tito's going to press him here. 2 number 4s. Alejandro says, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and take it inside here. Puts Tito on his hip, and now he'll try to create some space. Now he'll shut it down. He's 3 options out in front. Melissa to the left, right to the right. Looks like Fred's going to play the center of the field. Wow, that was a big hit. Actually, the head of his mallet went a good 50, 60 yards there, Steve. Now, here goes Melly, gets a piece of it out of the air by Nick. 30 seconds left here in this chucker. Uh-oh, everyone overrides. Good pickup here by Riley. She'll take it back across the center. Grant's going to get in there. Everybody trying to get control. Now Estrada takes the mallet away from Santos. Looking to try to get free. Melissa gets in on the action, and a whistle on the play, and that'll end our chucker. So we'll see what our mounted official Gaston Dorniak has on that, and we'll be right back for our final chucker of the Memorial. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
Welcome back to CTV Sports, and I'm Steve Lane with Dale Schwetz at the Rita Polo Farm, and you're watching live on CTV Sports with a score of 8-5 in favor of the team in pink. Melissa Gansey lining up for that penalty two, undefended 30-yard shot, and she is going to complete it. So we ended the last chukker with a umpire's whistle. And the foul shot being given to Santa Rita, and that's going to put them ahead. And, you know, Casablanca has got some work to do, and we've got a banker score of 9-5.
You got it. Actually, 9 goals scored by Melly for the tournament, as she has 4 today, but 5 yesterday. So 9. That might be the high score, I think, here, Steve, on the when you look across. Good shooting. And the whole Santa Rita team now, look at this. Now it's going to be Fred Barracks by himself. And Golazo take the energy from Melissa, win the bowling, get the offensive attack. And then a good finish here. And Freddie also getting involved. Alejandro holding the back door down. And Freddie going forward, too. He's going to get his 3rd, 4th of the day. So on the tournament, so in our first of the day. So what on Freddie?
So the players come back to center and line up on that yellow shirt, and the bowl-in occurs, and Freddie Mannix once again out of the bowl-in, and he's got a 5-goal cushion, but they would like to extend it. Tato Bellini going to look over his shoulder to see how much time he's got, check down on his bay pony, put the ball out to the right, send it back over to the center of the field to Nick Roldan. 8-goal player. We explained the handicaps yesterday. Handicaps like golf or bowling. Each polo player has a handicap. And now Nick Roldan sends a shot downfield. Alejandro is going to pick it up on the near side. Estrada couldn't keep the bouncing ball going. Tito Guadenzi, he comes in, picks up the loose ball, going back towards that north end. And Tito keeping that drive alive for Casablanca. Now loses the ball momentarily. Freddie Mannix comes in, picks it up. Little contact there with Tito. Nothing dangerous there, but Freddie Mannix, the umpire played the advantage, and Freddie Mannix had the advantage of the ball and sends a shot downfield where Riley Gansey is. Riley right now with a shot towards the center. Followed up by big brother Grant, and Grant putting a little pressure on her, but that doesn't affect Riley, and she's going straight to goal with another shot. Picking the ball up just this side of center field, puts a shot off to the right-hand side where Grant Gansey picks it up. Takes it around the corner. Grant Gansey could not keep that ball going, but backed up by Guadenzi. Met in there by Mannix, and Mannix steals the play away, and Mannix driving towards goal with a back shot, and that back shot just wide of the goal. So a great heads-up play there by Fred Mannix, but unable to convert. So Casablanca going to bring the ball back in off the back line, and the umpire calls play.
Yeah, Fred, always in rotation. Look at this. And they're going to hold on to this 5-goal lead here. Power of the pink for the Memorial. Good save in here by Nick. They're change the field. Looking for Grant. Grant's got time. Get a little pressure from Riley. That ball's going to stay on the field, I believe. Yeah, off the board. She has time. She's looking at Tato and Tito down in front. As Grant looks for some room to work. There it is. There's a nice ball looking for Santos. A little too far as Fred takes the mallet and the ball, and they'll turn it upfield. You're going to get a 4-on-3.
You betcha. And Freddie Mannix just quickly turns that ball back around and then sends a shot. Nick Roldan stabs it out of the air. Next shot. Still has the play. Riley Gansey coming in to make him hit long. But Roldan going to keep it on his own up against the boards. Riley Gansey going to stay there with him. And Roldan sends a strong, powerful shot right up to Tato Bellini. And Bellini jumps on that imaginary line with a attempted neck shot. The ball's still on the field. Now Estrada. Estrada turns it back around towards the inside, staying ahead of Tato and fires the shot. Doesn't get all of it, and picked up now by Tito Guadenzi. Guadenzi couldn't keep it going, and Mannix comes through. Mannix has 2 ladies up front. Oh, bad luck there. Kicked by a pony. Doesn't reach, but Tato Bellini on the near side. He can't keep it rolling either. Mannix back on the ball one more time. Mannix going to send a shot over to Riley Gansey and let her do the work. Riley Gansey tops it just a little bit, and now Grant comes in to pick up the loose ball play. Grant with a dribble, running the turn. Grant staying just ahead of Mannix. Grant in that pink helmet. Grant Gansey hooked out of there, swings through the hook of Mannix, and now stretches that pony on out. Could not keep the ball alive, and now Mannix, he's going to hit a back shot right back over to Riley Gansey. Tito has read that play well, and Nick Roldan comes up with a loose ball. First horn gone. We're in the 32nd overtime portion of the period, and Roldan with a strong shot downfield. Mannix tried to stab it out of the air, but it's going to clear the ball out of the danger zone, and Mannix is going to put the ball over in neutral territory and then back for an offensive drive, and it looks like some of the players are shaking hands. A 5-goal spread right here with a score of 10-5. And Dale, that is going to end the Memorial Cup with Santa Rita out front.
Well, you said it, Steve Lane. Santa Rita is so powerful here in the Memorial Cup. And thank you for joining us this. Now, we are going to have our trophy presentation, so you can stay with us for the trophy presentation. But once again, I'd like to thank Fly Polo, Casablanca, and Santa Rita for playing in our memorial. Remember, you can go to WPLPride.com, get your tickets for the Pride Polo, which we'll be doing on Saturday and Sunday. And for Steve Lane, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us the leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports that we love the polo. So while we wait for our trophy presentation, enjoy our final round stats. That's a Memorial 2023.
Check. 1, 2. Looks like we got some players coming over here. I don't know if we have the Fly Polo team still around or not. We got Vinny. We got Vinny here. We got Pablo. Okay, all right. Not sure if Rebecca's still here. Rebecca's left, and I think I just saw Sugar driving his ponies out of here, so it's okay. We got Vinny. We got Pablo. All right, so it looks like we have the entire Santa Rita team here. The Casablanca team making their way over. If we could have everybody please up on the podium as quickly as possible, if you don't mind. We have anybody here that would like to present? We have anybody here that would like to present? Kelsey, come on, Kelsey. Kelsey, you look beautiful. Come on. There you go. All right. Steve, would you mind doing what Juan normally does and kind of hand over? The winners are going to get the black. The one in the middle. No, they're the same. All right, so we have the lovely Kelsey here. Thank you so much, Kels. Who are we waiting on? Waiting on Nick. There he is. There's Nick. Come on. All right. So I do believe we have everybody that is here. Lisa, is that pony going to come over here? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. We're waiting on the pony to get here. We'll go ahead and start things off here. So first things up, we've got the third place team. That is Fly Polo. So we have Kelsey here. We have 2 players of the Fly Polo team. Vinny Sangaline. Vinny always gets the cheers here. Congrats, Vinny. And Pablo Spinacci. Congrats to Vinny and Pablo. The other 2 members of that team did have to leave. They're not here, so we only have the 2 representatives. Not a problem. Oh, there's Sugar. Oh, look at that. Come on, Shugs. Coming in hot. There we go. Rebecca did have to leave, so thank you, Sugar. Congratulations, Shugs. So we'll hold that one for Rebecca. Next up, we have the runners-up. Today's runners-up in our round-robin final match was Casablanca. So playing the number 1 position, Santos Bellini. Congrats, Tato. With the number 2 on his shirt, that is Grant Gansey. And they're standing a little out of order. I'll go in order that they're of the numbers here. So next up we got Nick Roldan. He's got the number 3 on. And then, of course, last but definitely not least, the tallest man on the podium today, Tito Godenzi. Congrats to Casablanca. And then, of course, we have the winners, the winning team here in the Memorial. We've got Santa Rita playing the number 1 position. We all know her. We all love her. Melissa Gansey. Congrats, Melly. And again, the same sentiment. We all know her. We all love her. Riley Gansey playing the number 2. Congrats, Rye. The Gansey girls getting it done out there this afternoon, or this morning. And next up, we've got Fred Mannix wearing the number 3. There you go. His lovely wife, Kelsey, our wonderful presenter today. Next up, last but not least, Alejandro Navijo Estrada playing the number 4 position. What a great team that is. We still have the pony still on its way, so let's go ahead and do our MVP prize while we wait for the pony. So, MVP, the most valuable player here in today's final. Actually, it's a culmination of yesterday and today's game. We did play with continuous scores. Today's MVP goes to Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Congrats, Ale. Congratulations. And we're still waiting on that pony to get here, but at this time, if we can ask the other 2 teams to please step down, we're going to go ahead and present the final, the perpetual trophy here to the winning team. That, of course, is Santa Rita. And then we will have our pony award here once the pony arrives. Thank you, Steve Lane, helping us out here. getting the awards up to the podium. Thank you, guys. Thank you to all of the other players here. Tito, good to see you, buddy. Pablo, Tato, Granty, thank you, guys. Nick. There you have the winners of the 2023 Memorial. We do still have that pony blanket here to give. I'm not sure where that pony is. Okay, not a problem. Of course, thank you, everybody. We will get a photo of that pony here at the barn. What's that? He's coming. Oh, yeah. So, Steve, Lynn, if you would, please help us out here. We're going to go ahead and give an award here to our umpire. Steve, if you'd like to pose for a photo here with Gaston Dorniak, the man, the myth, the legend. Congratulations, Gaston, on a very successful season here. And just so everybody is aware, our pony... Actually, here comes the pony right now. So we'll go ahead and get a quick photo here while she's coming. Dolphina Kachumba. Dolphina Kachumba, played by Melissa Ganzi, owned by Santa Rita Polo Farm. That pony is making its way over here, so we'll get a quick photo here with Melly. And then we will wrap this up. And then tune in tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We've got game one of the Polo Pride 2023 edition, 11 o'clock. I believe we're going to be playing here at Santa Rita. Right, Mel? We'll play here tomorrow? We're going to check the fields first thing in the morning. We do have some rain on the radar this afternoon, but keep an eye out on that. If you check the gcpolo.com schedule page, that field will be updated there as soon as it is assigned. And for those of you who I have your number, I'll let you know. So here's the pony coming in, and then we'll get this one brought over here for a photo with Melissa Ganzi and this wonderful pony here, Dolphina Kachumba. There you have it. We saved the best for last. My favorite award to give, of course, is the Best Playing Pony Award, because you can't do much out on the polo field unless you got a good pony to get you there. So we always love to give recognition to these equine athletes. Congratulations, Melly. Congratulations, Dolphina Kachumba. And that is all we have, folks, for this broadcast. My name's Cale Newman. Thank you for having me here, helping out with the trophy presentation. When you see polo like this, day in, day out, it just hits home why we like to say we love the polo.